Many new towns were established throughout the American West in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. But unless you are a local in Arizona, you have probably never heard of Swansea. The name for the town has its origins in international copper ore smelting. The city of Swansea in South Wales, the United Kingdom, was the final destination for the copper ore mined in this part of Arizona. Swansea is a ghost town, 32 miles from Parker, in the state of Arizona. That doesn't sound too far, until you consider the quality of the roads that lead to the town. A trip here can take up to 3 hours one way, depending on your vehicle clearance. This old mining town is in the middle of nowhere, down a very rocky and bumpy, not maintained dirt road. The first 1/3 is a paved road. The next 1/3 is a dry wash bed, and the last 1/3 is a real challenge not for the faint-hearted. In the horrific heat of the summer in Swansea, you will quickly get an understanding of the harsh life of a miner of that era, living in extreme conditions. The town was settled in 1909, in what was then the Arizona Territory. Swansea served as a mining town, and a location for processing and smelting the copper ore, taken from the nearby mines. Prospecting and mining in the area first began in 1862, but the remote location and lack of transportation kept activity to a minimum. By 1904, the railroad was coming to nearby Parker, and local businessmen Newton Evans and Thomas Jefferson Carrigan saw an opportunity to develop the area. Within a few years, the two miners had built a 350-ton furnace, a water pipeline to the Bill Williams River, and hoists for 5 mine shafts. They called the new town Signal. By 1908, Clara Gold and Copper Mining Company set up its headquarters in this mining camp. In the same year, Swansea Railroad connected Signal to Bouse, about 25 miles away. These two factors created the growth of the town, and its population quickly grew to 300 people. When mining operations first began, the lack of smelting facilities meant that the copper ore had to be sent away for smelting. The destination for most of the ore was Swansea in South Wales, United Kingdom. It was sent by railroad to the Colorado River, then shipped from the Gulf of California to the United Kingdom. Once a smelter was constructed in 1909, Signal took its new name from the location of the smelter they had used in Wales. The destination of the ore sent for smelting remained the same. When the post office was established on March 25, 1909, it was given the name of Swansea. At its peak, the town boasted an electric light company, an auto dealer, a lumber company, 2 cemeteries and a saloon. There was a theater, a restaurant, barber shops, an insurance agent and a physician. During its glory days, the town's population peaked at about 500 residents. Unfortunately, the town was short-lived. By 1911, the Clara Consolidated Gold and Copper Mining Company was in financial trouble. The company's promoter, George Mitchell, spent considerable sums of money on improvements aimed at attracting investors. He did not spend it on practical improvements to the process of mining, hauling, and processing all. As a result, the high cost of improvements meant that the mines could not turn a profit. The per pound cost of copper production exceeded its selling price by 3 cents. The company collapsed in 1912, closing down the mines. After a false start later that year, the mines remained quiet until the American Smelting and Refining Company bought the property in 1914. The new owners restarted mining operations, and once again built up the town. Swansea lived until the end of World War I, when copper prices dropped, and the town went into a steep decline. Swansea's post office was discontinued on June 28, 1924, and the population dispersed. By 1937, the mines shut down, and Swansea became a ghost town. Today Swansea is under the protection of the Bureau of Land Management, and constitutes the Swansea Town Site Special Management Area. Due to vandalism and exposure to the weather, the remains of Swansea are breaking apart. However, you can still see a number of adobe structures, the remains of the railroad depot, 2 cemeteries, and several closed mine shafts. Remains of numerous cars can be seen scattered throughout the area. The Bureau of Land Management has restored roofs to rows of miners' houses, and established a road for Swansea visitors. The ghost town was featured in popular culture, such as music, books, and movies. In Chris Ryan's novel, The Blackout, Swansea is the location of Luke's hideout. In the 1971 film The Day of the Wolves, the training scenes were filmed here. Folk singer Joanna Newsom included a song on her 2004 The Milk-Eyed Mender album, titled Swansea. So what do you think? Should Swansea be restored and preserved? Leave your opinion in the comments and subscribe to the channel.